issued by the Finance Ministry. Once this is done, it is easier to identify the pirated goods in the sector. He noted the 4 textiles manufacturing companies operating in the country currently, including Voltastar and GTP, have had to lay off workers due to high operational costs and their inability to compete favorably in the market. Textile workers have also protested against the unfair competition, especially from the pirated textiles. Meanwhile, local textile producers may have to contend with competition from the imported ones until they are able to fully meet the demand for textiles.
Now, the National Lottery Authority, NLA, has approved 1 million Ghana cedi license fee for private lotto operators, popularly known as banker-to-banker operators. They have lauded the initiative, which is in actual fact a move to streamline private lottery business in Ghana.
Stakeholders in the private lottery business agreed at a meeting to comply with the new licensing regime, which they believe will regularize private lottery activities. The newly formed Ghana National Chamber of Licensed Banker-to-Banker Lotto Operators and Agents, the umbrella body for private lotto operators, was founded by Frank Ejay and has put about 200 lotto agents, 170 lotto sub-agents and over 150,000 lotto writers across Ghana. In a press statement published earlier this week, they raised a number of concerns that needed to be addressed urgently. Among them, the arrest of Nigerians, Chinese and foreign nationals who are illegally operating lotto business in Ghana.
Quite an interesting report there by GNTV's Anna Maria. Now on to other stories here in business, where the LPG Marketers Association has called off a 48-hour strike following government's intervention. Members of the association had embarked on a strike to protest government's planned implementation of the cylinder recirculation policy, which they say will collapse their business.
The association's strike caused a lot of discomfort to many consumers across the country as they were turned away from private gas stations due to the strike. The action resulted in serious congestion and long queues at Gulf gas stations across the country, which were the only gas filling points operating. The spokesperson for the LPG marketers, Gabriel Kumi, said the association called off the strike after a meeting with the energy minister. He further indicated that the association did not want to stress their consumers who were struggling because of the strike. LPG marketers and gas tanker operators have all kicked against the module, while they say it will destroy the gas retail industry they have built over the last 25 years. They have accused the government of conniving with some foreign investors to implement the program and eventually kick them out of business. As part of the module, gas cylinders will no longer be filled up as gas retail outlets, but cylinders will be bought from distributors each time it runs out.
And also, the Deputy Minister for Communications, George Anda, has disclosed that the activities of mobile money activities and the decision to bring in Kellen GVJ. And so, according to him, activities of mobile money has nothing to do with the Bank of Ghana. So it's seriously different from activities coming from the Bank of Ghana, coming from the Deputy Communications Minister, George Anders. We'll give you more update on how exactly is happening when it comes to the mobile money interoperability system that has just been initiated, and issues also generating from that particular policy as well. So yes, that's all for the business block segment here on the Facial Life on GNTV with me, Bryce Nana Kwesi. And so we are live, still live streaming live on YouTube at GNTV-GH, on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on GNTV-GH, like our pages, and also like and follow whatever we do on these particular platforms. Thanks for watching. Have a good business day.
There's more to life than where one begins, and which is George Weah.
Are not setting up his presidency would mark the first time.
Be a good boy, be a good girl.
How did you muster the courage to call Mrs. Indu to tell her we lost or have lost £2 billion?
And still attracts me to Pastor Toby.
You know, all the stories about me and being in business, this was the worst one.